What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel, Cooking with Mama Mav, and it is me, Mama Mav. Today, y'all, we are cooking chicken parmesan with homemade mac and cheese and roasted zucchini and squash. Y'all, when I tell you this meal is so good. So good, I tell you, so good. You will not be disappointed with this, I promise. But before we jump into it, by getting all the ingredients and starting this dish, if you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe, baby. Subscribe to your girl's channel. It would help me out so much, and I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to stay up to date on all the new videos that I post, make sure you hit that notification bell. Ring-a-ding-ding that bell. Okay. And if you find any cool tips or anything that you didn't know or something cool that I did that you had no idea about, leave it in the comments below. I would love to know what it is, or even if you see something that you would do differently that I would do, because y'all, I'm not a chef. Did not go to school for cooking. I'm self-taught. My daddy taught me. That's it. I learned by looking. So let me know if you do something different. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like what you see in the video, make sure you hit that like button. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. So here is the ingredients that you're going to need for the mac and cheese. So here we have some heavy whipping cream. We have some partly skimmed mozzarella. We got some sharp cheddar, some cream cheese, some white medium cheddar, Colby Jack cheese, half and half, 2 eggs. We got some smoked paprika. Oh, you guys can't even tell what it is because it's in a different language. Smoked paprika. We got some macaronis, onion powder, pepper, garlic powder, and ground mustard. That is all for the mac and cheese. We have our veggies for our veggie side that we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing roasted zucchini and squash in the oven. And this is what we'll need for our chicken parmesan. So I got the chicken breast. It's actually already thinly sliced, which is so amazing because that just helps in the long run, just cuts the process shorter. We have 2 eggs. We have our handy dandy tenderizer. We also have some funky seasoning. This is going to be in place of my Italian seasoning. And so in this one, oh, let's see, there we go. We have some rosemary, some basil, oregano, thyme. Yeah, all the good stuff, as you guys can see what's in there. So I'm going to use that in place of the Italian seasoning. And then we also have some Parmesan cheese, the panko, some flour, and our vegetable oil. I'm choosing to use vegetable oil because I want to. But you can use olive oil. Do not use extra virgin olive oil because you just want to be cautious of the burn temp. And since we're going to be frying the chicken, I just feel more comfortable frying the chicken in vegetable oil. So there you guys have it. One more last look. This is everything you're going to need to finish this meal. Alright, you guys, so you just want to make sure that your chicken is clean. We always wash our meat before we start cooking on it, and we want to make sure that it's super dry before we start putting all of our spices on there. The first spice you see here is onion powder. We're just going to sprinkle that all over. The next thing we're going to do is add some garlic powder. And you just want to make sure you get every piece of your chicken covered because we want to bite into flavor every time we take a bite of our chicken. The next seasoning we're going to use is our Creole seasoning. This does have salt in it, so this is gonna be our substitution for salt. And we're just gonna make sure that that's all over. And we're gonna flip over our chicken and do the same spices on the other side. Alright, you guys, the next thing we're going to tackle is our side, which is our zucchini wedges. I'm just cutting all the zucchini up into fours. I did that with every single one of them. Placed them on a cookie sheet and just covered them in some olive oil. The next seasoning I'm going to put on there is my version of Italian seasoning. And the next seasoning is garlic powder. Now just remember, y'all, if you want extra taste of garlic, you go ahead and put some extra on there. If not, you can go light on it. It's totally up to you. The next thing you'll see is onion powder and some black pepper. You guys just remember you want all your veggies covered because you do want them to all be flavored. And that is it. They're ready for the oven. Alright guys, for this step you're going to want to get a cup of each cheese block grated. As you can see here, my son is helping me out with this part. Once you have all your cheese grated, you're going to want to put it in the bowl and set it to the side for the next step. Here you're going to want to salt your pot of water for your noodles to go into boil. Back to the cheese, y'all. So here you see me with the cream cheese, and I'm adding a little bit of heavy whipping cream at a time just to help me soften it, so it's easier for me to mix when I add the rest of the cheese in. As you can see here, just adding more heavy whipping cream to it, and then I'm gonna add some half and half. For the whipping cream, you're only gonna use 8 ounces, and the same for the half and half, 8 ounces there too. I'm just eyeballing it myself and just getting everything incorporated together and mixed well. Had to go ahead and change spoons because the fork just was not working for you, girl. And you're just gonna get it at a good smooth consistency. And then we're gonna add in our seasonings. We got some onion powder going in, some garlic powder going in, some ground mustard that really brings out the flavor of the cheese in your mac and cheese. We got some smoked paprika, which also adds just a great accent to this dish. And then we got some Creole, not too much because Creole seasoning does carry a lot of salt in it, so we just want a little bit because we have to remember our cheese is already salty enough. Now we're jumping in to add in the 2 eggs. Make sure you crack your eggs on the side, not over your dish, because you don't want to get any eggshells in there. In goes our second egg. And then we're just going to go ahead and incorporate that. Before you guys add the eggs, make sure you taste it to make sure that it's at the level of seasoning you want it to be at, because once the eggs are in there, no more taste the boo-boo, because don't nobody want no salmonella. And as you can see, it's whipping up really nice. Now we're off to the boil. The water is where it needs to be. Now we're adding in a whole box of our noodles. Just gonna stir those up a little bit to get them all floating around and not stuck on the bottom. And then we're gonna let them cook. And you want to cook them until they're al dente. You don't want to overcook your noodles because they're going to finish cooking when you put it in the oven. Now we just poured those noodles into our cheese mix. And we're just stirring it up, making sure everything is in there all together and evenly. And we're going to put it in our pan, which is buttered. Make sure you butter the bottom of your dish before you put your mac and cheese in it, because if not, you're gonna have a sticky hot mess and a horrible dish to clean out. So we're just gonna throw all of that in there. And I'm just making sure it's all even in the pan. Now we're gonna add some cheese on top. So I shredded some extra shredded sharp cheese. Sorry guys. I shredded some extra sharp cheese and some Colby cheese to add on top. And I'm just making sure that that's all leveled out, because we do want this to be cheesy. And that's what it looks like, y'all. We're gonna add some smoked paprika to the top for some beautiful coloring. And then we're gonna stick that bad boy in the oven. Now it's time to give our meat some love. We're gonna get our tenderizer out. I'm just showing y'all the two different sides on there. You have the pokey side, what you want to do first. That's what helps tenderizes it. And then the flatter side helps you get it to that flattened stage that you want. So for the chicken, you're going to want it to be about an inch, a half an inch thick. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting it down flattened. When I originally got the chicken, it was already sliced for me, so I didn't have to do that much work. If your chicken is thicker, you are gonna have to do some work with that tenderizer. Dance party, y'all. Look at my baby go. Go Ava, go Ava, go. Go Ava, go Ava, go. If y'all ain't having fun in the kitchen, you don't need to be in there. Make sure you take time to take a break, have a little fun, and clean all that chicken juice off your counter, because don't nobody want no salmonella. Here's the fun part, y'all. We are getting our eggs ready because we are going to be battering our chicken. So 2 eggs, you just scramble them up real nice. Not actually scramble, you ain't gonna put them in a pan and scramble them. You just mixing them all together. And then you're gonna put that to the side. And we are gonna get our panko and Parmesan ready. You just add in a little bit of panko, a little bit of Parmesan till you feel like you have the right consistency with each of them to be mixed together. And you have a equal amount of both, because this is also gonna be coated on the chicken. And you're just gonna mix them up together just to get them incorporated together. Now I'm adding a little bit more panko to mine, and it's good. Now we're going to the flour, y'all. So this is our dipping flour. I am seasoning the flour with everything that I season the chicken with. Now I know that might sound like over seasoning or weird, but you gotta remember, once you dip your chicken into the egg, some of that seasoning will come off once you've dipped it. So I'm just adding seasoning to that flour, and you know what? More seasoning, the better, y'all. It's gonna be so good, full of flavor. Now we're just dunking our chicken into the flour first, just making sure that it's lightly coated. And then we're gonna dip it into the egg. Just covering it real good, because we need that egg all over it so that our panko and Parmesan cheese sticks to it. And there we go, into the panko and Parmesan. And you just want to make sure it's all coated, covered, the best you can get it covered. And once you pull it out of there, you'll just pull it to the side and do the same routine to all the rest of the chicken. Alright y'all, now we're going to the pan and we're just gonna lay it in there. Make sure you place the chicken in there away from you so the grease doesn't pop up and hit you. And we're just gonna wait until it gets golden brown to flip. If you don't like the color and you want it browner, flip it back over once it's cooked on the other side. Don't be scared. It doesn't need that long to cook. Once it's done, you guys take it out and let it drain on a napkin just so it can get all that extra oil out of it, and it's ready to be served, y'all. Here is our zucchini, our chicken parmesan, and our mac and cheese. Y'all, look at how beautiful. Now we're just plating it. As you can see, our mac and cheese coming out. And here's a close-up picture of that cheesy deliciousness. So we're just plating it. I'm super excited with the color, y'all. How beautiful the mac and cheese came out. That hint of paprika on top just gives it that really beautiful golden color. Now the next thing we're gonna plate is our Parmesan, our chicken. And just crispy and golden brown. And it doesn't take long to cook, y'all. The chicken is so thin, you don't need to have it in there for, too long. Now we're doing our zucchini and squash. I know at the beginning of the video, y'all probably thought I was crazy because I just said zucchini, but yes, I know I did have squash in there too. And I just love those veggies roasted. They just taste, it brings like a little sweetness out of them, I feel like, especially when it has the olive oil on top. Now we're just gonna add a little parsley to our chicken. Not too much, just to garnish for that extra little flavor. And then after the parsley, we're gonna add some of the cheese. The Parmesan, the shredded Parmesan cheese. Just sprinkle a little bit of that on top, and y'all, we did that thing. We did that thing. Look at how beautiful. And here is a close-up view. This is what we created, y'all. Y'all know the drill. The delivery is off to the hubby, and he is a happy man once again. We did that, y'all. All right, my beautiful people, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some good stuff out of it. I hope that you feel powerful enough to cook this meal at home on your own and see how great it turns out. My husband and my babies loved it. Fun fact, I am a pescatarian. I don't eat meat, so you will never see me like taste a meaty dish on camera or anything like that because I don't eat it. So I know that's probably kind of weird, but my husband is my taste tester for sure when it comes to cooking meat. So that's how your girl gets by. I have eaten meat before. Like, I was a meat eater before I turned into a pescatarian. I've only been a pescatarian about 1.5 years. But yeah, it's been great. So you will see me eat seafood and stuff, but you won't see me eat any kind of cow, chicken, none of that. So I really rely on my husband's taste buds. But yeah, so I hope you guys found something great out of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. I love you guys. I cannot wait to the next video. And thank you so much for coming to see me, and I will see you soon. Bye.